Hi, I'm Dr. Karen May, and on Everything Neuropathy today, let's talk about living with neuropathy. All the information I give is designed to be useful and helpful information with an action step. Obviously, your journey with neuropathy is unique to you. And so you have to take what is necessary for you, but I'm just asking that you listen and look at changing one thing to help you on your journey to relief. And honestly, with Momentum Health Neuropathy Center, your journey with relief starts here. One video and one step at a time. So let's talk about living with neuropathy. Some of you, if this is the first video you've watched of mine, I'm a neuropathy survivor. My journey is check out our webinar. You'll hear my full journey. But there's over 100 different causes of neuropathy. Mine was surgically induced from a crazy 1 in 100,000 chance rare complication that destroyed all of the nerves in my right and dominant arm, and part of my face, and my diaphragm, and some of my organs too. Created quite a journey. And I was told, just like you, there's nothing that can be done. And when you're going through neuropathy, at least for me and the over 350 people that we've had the pleasure of working with, it's hard to describe neuropathy. And you get a lot of hang in there and give it time. And for me, one of the things I got was, well, if it had to happen to anybody, at least it happened to you, because you could use your brain to figure it out. That is not comforting. When I can't hold a piece of paper, my body is aching and severe pain, numbness, burning, tingling. I mean, all of the symptoms of neuropathy at some point I had, and with no options besides medications and hang in there. And it is the worst feeling when someone says, pick it up by the bootstraps, or just live with it. So maybe you'll just have to learn to live with it. Those are things that I hear from some of my clients that their doctors have told them. Yeah, great. You've just never lived a day in those shoes. To understand that living with neuropathy can be devastating. It's life-changing, altering. The little things that you don't even know that I call them creating workarounds. For me, it was in my arm. I have plenty of clients that it's in their feet. And making workarounds just to do your daily activities. For me, it was even brushing my hair, my teeth, cooking. I mean, all these little daily activities were down the toilet. So hang in there, give it time, and take these meds wasn't an option. So I want to talk about living with neuropathy. I have plenty of videos that you can watch that talk about little changes you can make by using food as medicine to bring inflammation down. Inflammation is the root of all chronic diseases. And inflammation increases pain. And so if you have the painful effects of neuropathy, watch that video. Even if you don't have pain with your neuropathy, because there's plenty of you that only have balance issues or numbness issues, still watch it, because your body is breaking down faster than it's repairing, and you got to start to change that around. And it always goes back to the root of all chronic disease, and it's inflammation. So watch that. But I want to talk about the emotional side and the dark side of neuropathy, the headspace of neuropathy. And this is not always an easy thing to talk about. So first and foremost, I'm going to tell you, for me, if I didn't know my Lord and Savior Jesus, I don't know if I physically would be here. I literally had potential for suicidal thoughts because it was so severe and so dark. I didn't want to be here anymore. I literally, if you could have cut my arm off, I would have been happy. It's hard for me to talk about because it's ugly. But here's the deal. For me, God showed up in multiple and in numerous ways. For other people, if you have something else that you believe in, you have to get out of your own head, because it happens to go into the why me. And I know that many of you live alone, or somebody else relies upon you, and it is just very devastating. So for me, it was my faith. The other things that it came down to is I had to choose to live every day. And I had to pick one thing every day to do for somebody else. That could have been just a phone call. There were some days where it was so bad, the neuropathy was so bad, it literally was just a text or a phone call. Other times it was doing something for somebody that I could do with my left hand, and that it didn't shut my body down in pain. For others of you that maybe have more abilities, that may be cooking a meal because the neuropathy is in your feet, and that's a gifting. It may be just sending a card. It may be something simple, but do something for somebody else. The next thing is, at the end of the night, end of the day, gratitude. List 5 things you're grateful for. And I know there was a movement of that many years ago, and there's plenty of books you can do it, but I think it's just as simple as when you go to brush your teeth at night, or whatever that looks like, pick something you're grateful for. And then some of you may start with 1, and it may mean that you woke up and took a breath, and the rest of the day was terrible. Other people can think of 5 things. I'll never forget working with a woman early on in my career. This was not neuropathy, but she had such severe depression. She was a chiropractic patient, but she had severe depression and going through a lot in her life. And I literally took her outside, stood her underneath a tree, and told her to look up. And at that point, it was spring, and she could not even see the blue sky through the beautiful apple blossoms that were there. And so I did a guided meditation with her of slowly getting her to think outside of her body. What was the next thing that she saw? The next thing she saw, finally she got to see that beautiful blue sky and the beauty in the apple blossoms that were there. So find something small, even if it is in your pet, if it is looking out your window because you're confined to your home. Find something that you can be thankful for and see the beauty in, and try to work up to 5 things you're grateful for. The other thing is keep a journal. I'm not super write a bunch of things. And at that point, I did keep a journal. It was unique because I couldn't write, and it was my right hand. Some of you will be able to keep a journal. I'm not a prolific writer, but I just wrote down 2 emotions that I was experiencing, and then the 5 things I was grateful for. And when I could see that, I could see my emotions and then the things I was grateful for. There was more things I was grateful for in a day than the emotions that I came through. So keep it simple. When your body is able to, do something that you love. Find a new way and a new purpose and a new passion. I love sports. I loved working out. That was gone. And I loved investing. I loved adjusting people, adjusting athletes. I loved traveling. All of that was gone because I didn't have the use of my arm. But I found other ways. I had a deeper love for reading and knowledge. I had a deeper passion for watching my children grow up and learning what they loved and how could I support them when I physically couldn't do something. I had a deeper love and appreciation for the people who saw where we were at, the position we were in, even financially, because we were losing everything. Good Lord didn't let us go that far, but the people who said yes and actually invested into us. So I was grateful for people and their gifts and abilities. And so find a new purpose, cause, and passion. So those are simple, small things of how to live with neuropathy that are not your average. There's not going to be a magic cure. And even when we work with people, it's not a quick fix. We help people look at themselves as a whole person and hold them accountable, help them to reduce inflammation and improve that blood flow and circulation to those nerves, because then we have a shot. But a lot of times it's a mental struggle to get over that. And so keeping that journal, even a pain journal, helps them to understand day by day the little steps that they're making forward and that everything they're doing is adding up to a big change. So pick one thing. And whether it's your faith, whether it's something you can do physical, whether it is giving to somebody else, find one thing to help you to learn to live with your neuropathy, but take a step forward. Now, if you have an opportunity, in November of 2021, I also did a Everything Neuropathy with a gentleman named Mr. Joe Walker, and he does a blog on this ENT called The Shining Example, and he literally asks he's done over 100 different blogs on this with famous people, average people. It's just quite remarkable. But he asks the question it's what's one thing you did for somebody else that created happiness? So what is one thing you can do that could create happiness for somebody else. Maybe as easy as just a smile and a hello. So I'm going to challenge you. Find your one thing that you can do daily in order to help yourself move forward. Now, check out our website, mhncrelief.com. Stands for Momentum Health Neuropathy Center Relief.com. Our blogs are on there. Watch more YouTube videos that we've created, Everything Neuropathy videos, Everything Wellness videos. Knowledge is not power. It's useless without an action step. But if you can do one thing, promise, it'll build. And when you focus on others and focus on positivity, it physically heals and repairs your body from the inside out. It's not just good for your soul, it's good for your cells as well. So pick one thing and go for it. I will be praying for you.